Fios One Sports.
Good evening. It was a battle between the worst and the first tonight as the Boston Celtics look to build on their lead in the Atlantic Division with a win over the last-place Nets. The Celtics took the Garden State by storm as they had 7 players score in double figures tonight. Rajon Rondo led the green and white. He had a double-double, 11 points and 12 assists. Boston wins 111-87 the final. The Nets are now 3-35. Ouch. And what a finish tonight with the Knicks in Philadelphia. New York trailed by 1 with 15 seconds remaining until David Lee banks it off the glass for the go-ahead bucket. New York makes the defensive stop and holds on 93-92, a nail-biter. It's their first win in 3 games. The Rutgers men had their hands full tonight in the Big East Conference. They had a date with 5th nationally ranked Syracuse at the rack. The Scarlet Knights never led in this one. Andy Rowden scored a game-high 23 points, and he spreads the wealth, finding Brandon Trish for one of his 2 3-pointers on the night. Syracuse prevails 81-65 the final. Also, former Scarlet Knight Greg Echenike has made the decision to transfer to Creighton University. And it was a beautiful night in the City of Dreams where St. John's hosted Cincinnati. The Red Storm produced some solid basketball tonight at the Garden, shooting 33% from beyond the arc. Justin Brownlee connects for 3 of his 8 points to shock the Bearcats. 52-50 the final. The Johnnies are now 1-3 in the Big East. The spotlight continues to shine on the New York Jets as they were back on the practice field today in preparation for Sunday's divisional playoff game in San Diego. And there were a few familiar faces in uniform this afternoon. Wideout Braylon Edwards rejoined the team after spending yesterday in a Cleveland courtroom where he was placed on probation after pleading no contest to a misdemeanor assault charge. Cornerback Lito Shepard was also back after missing practice due to his wife giving birth yesterday. Head coach Rex Ryan is in high spirits going into Sunday's showdown with the Chargers.
Well, you're not intimidated by anything or anybody. I think that's a big thing. You realize you grow up and you realize how important it is to be yourself. That I've been around the game a long time, and I've seen the successful coaches, and I've seen guys that have failed. And I think sometimes the guys that have failed have been guys that, you know, here's how you coach out of a manual or something.
It appears the Jets will be keeping their offensive coordinator. Sources out of New York are reporting that Brian Schottenheimer has rejected the offer to interview for the Buffalo Bills head coach position. The source states that Schottenheimer is enjoying himself in the Big Apple and likes coaching in the Rex Ryan staff. And don't forget, Fios One is your home for all local sports, high school, college, and the pros. That's it for now. I'm Harry Chickma with your Fios One Sports Report.